So today we're sitting down with Tim from InnerRange. How are you today, Tim?
Yeah, pretty good, despite the weather.
Yeah, it's been very, very dreary up in Liverpool at the minute. So thank you for agreeing to chat with us today, Tim. So tell us more about InnerRange and its contribution to the security industry.
InnerRange was an Australian company originally founded back in 1988. So it's been around for about 30 years and really probably the pioneer in integrated access control and security systems. So I would say the first in the world to go down that route, and been in Europe since about 2000. Our operation here is based out of Reading, and we deliver integrated solutions to about 30 countries worldwide. I guess our major contribution is probably we were the first company to deliver a truly integrated security and access platform. And we've been driving that innovation forward for the past 30 years. And I think a lot of people have tried to copy us, but not quite got there yet.
Yeah, definitely. So what would you say are InnerRange's points of differentiation in a crowded market?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question, because I'm not sure that the market for integrated access and security, the way we do it, is that crowded. There are a few companies that do similar to what we do. But I would say from a technical point of view, we stand out because of the great flexibility and scalability of our solutions. So you can go from a single site, one access door, 16 alarm inputs, up to a massive global enterprise system covering cities, countries, hundreds of thousands of doors, hundreds of thousands of inputs. And something else is a bit different for us is that we are able to deploy our systems over IP infrastructure, traditional 485, or a hybrid combination of both technologies. So those are the first two. And probably the last point I would say is that we have our own dedicated R&D team. So we don't outsource any R&D, it's all done in-house. And those guys have a huge number of years experience in the business, and allows us to respond really quickly to customer requests for different kinds of integrations or customizations. So with that volume of integration work we've done, we offer customers a lot more choice maybe than others are able to.
Kind of going on from that, offering like different kinds of choice, in terms of a global question, how are your values as an Australian company reflected in your global business footprint, you would say?
Well, I mean, obviously originally as an Australian company, it's not the first Australian company I've actually worked for. They're very entrepreneurial companies and businesses, never afraid to take their solutions overseas. And in the early days, once they'd established a home market in Australia, they really went and kicked some doors down in Central Europe. It was sort of one man would travel with all the kit and demonstrate it, and had a real sort of can-do attitude. That's the typical thing that personifies sort of entrepreneurial Australian businesses.
What would you say are the benefits of combining access control and intruder alarms in a single system? Going on a product question.
Yeah, there's a few sort of fairly obvious, well, obvious to me, reasons. You're going to use the installer and the end user are going to pay for one set of hardware. You're not going to pay for two systems. So one cabling network. So reduced costs on both hardware and especially on labour, the amount of time it takes to put in.
Well, it sounds like a very fantastic company to work for, and it sounds like you're doing very, very great things as well. So thank you so much for talking to us today, Tim, and continue doing great things.
Thanks a lot.
No worries. Bye. Cheers.